You're a kid now. You're a squid now. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid. You're a kitty witty 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 doo da na 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 boo boo na 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 boo boo. Morning work. Wow. Creative? Is that what it's called? Art? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Okay, great. You better friggin' actually change. Yeah, there we go. Cause I'm about to lose my mind. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Folks, you ever gone bonanas? I often go bonanas. I'm often running into chat rooms on Omegle and going bonanas. And I definitely know what you do on Omegle, which you can tell because I said chat room. A thing that's probably on Omegle. Probably. I love how the thumbnail. You can barely see the like frame number. That's 6. Let's see. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. I have this one chat that I post in to advertise the streams, right? And every time, or nearly every time that I post in there, there will be some post above what I just posted. That'll be like a very serious article about like some like tragedy happening in the world, or some like petition to support some very serious cause in this one specific Discord. And every time I don't even notice that until after I've already posted the link. So to me, and I'm sure to everyone else, it looks like someone posts this really super serious thing, and then I immediately respond with, "Hey guys, that's cool, but did you know I'm streaming?" Which is a great look, and it's a great time for all. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Is he a kid? Is he a squid? He has to be both. He's a kid now and a squid now. Which is the biggest selling point to me. I often enjoy time with squids and time with... I'm not going to finish that sentence. I think I'll leave it there. I think I will just leave things as is. Yo, dog, did you know that TwitchCon is happening in Europe? What the hell is... Listen, folks, I continue to stream on Twitch because there are wonderful people that still subscribe to me on Twitch, even though my Twitch affiliate status is very minor, very small. That being said, though, did you guys know that I do actually occasionally get checks from Twitch for my streams? It's true. They're like months apart from each other, but I actually do get some kind of like money off of these Twitch streams, which is, that's kind of a nice feeling. Drodix in a jail cell. God damn it, not again. I was just talking about Splatoon and then damn. Why you do me like this? Me? I placed him far too high up in the shot, so we're just going to have to correct that now. How is everyone else doing? I'm doing fine. I had, in short, like, one of the most awful months of my life. Just because of, like, a swarm of stressful things came up all at once. If you don't mind me divulging, a little bit. I had in like leading up to February. It's the middle of March now, but leading up in the month of February, I was getting everything ready for my boyfriend to come and visit at like the first week of March. He was only going to visit for like just a week, and that was it, which is fine. It was because of spring break. Now, we'd done that on and off for a while, so this was pretty just like by the numbers. The thing was, though, I got some news that that my boyfriend may have caught a very bad sickness called, oh gosh, the name is escaping me. Mainly just really tired. Other than that, pretty good.
Nice. All right, actually, everything's all right for now. Right on.
But yeah, no, so my boyfriend had caught, I think he said it was like mono, but we weren't exactly sure. And one thing about catching mono is that you can't, sounds really silly, but like the worst part about catching the mono was that it's not a disease that like kills you, and it's not a disease that makes you die faster or anything like that. It's just like the flu, and it takes a long time for it to go away, and you feel really shitty, which is like, you know, that would already be bad enough because he'd be coming over to visit, and I'd have to, you know, just be like a hospice worker the whole time. Even then, that's not too bad. The worst part is that you cannot kiss them. Mono typically is transferred via like saliva or sexual intercourse, excuse me. And so I was really bummed because I hadn't seen my boyfriend in like months, and then he might have caught mono maybe. So when he comes over, I can't even like do funny stuff like hold his hand and cherish our time together and other ridiculous things. So that was a bummer, and I was kind of stressing on that because I'm like, man, that is such a pain in the ass. Meanwhile, story number 2, my mom has informed me that she got, and this is the worser story, that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, here's the deal. Not a big deal. Stage, like, it might as well be stage 0 breast cancer. The way, like, modern technology is, we are so freaking clever in catching stuff like this, especially something like breast cancer or prostate cancer. You can catch it, like, remarkably early, destroy it on spot, and then it's just gone, right? There are cases where, you know, you'll catch it, like, too late, or catch it, like, right in the middle, and, you know, there's always complications in life, but the thing with breast cancer is that one is a lot more easier to detect and track and all that stuff, and so that was the thing with my mom. So what she'd have to do is go in for surgery, get like treatment, take medicine, all that good stuff. But the thing is, in order to do all of that stuff, I would then have to go over to my parents' house frequently to play the caretaker role of my dad, who is, for those that don't know, my dad's just straight up dying, which is fine. That's okay. He's like 78 years old. But he got prostate cancer that he did not find early. My dad actually stupidly waited and believed that what was happening to him was like, oh, my leg muscles are just kind of sore. No, he had prostate cancer. And then it lasted for years until it metastasized into the bone, and now he has bone cancer. So my dad's dying, but that much has been going on for like 7 years, so he's kind of been staying alive for much longer than anybody thought, which is why I'm sort of talking about it very casually, very blasé. It's almost like he's just a very old man. If anything, I'll be surprised when he does die, but the point is, with my mom being out of commission after, you know, recovering from surgery, I would then have to come over every single fucking day to go and help my dad stand up in his chair or go to bed or like whatever. Remember to take his pills, all that good stuff. And I was worried that this was going to happen the exact week that my boyfriend was coming over to visit. And then on top of that, I had a client message me who had not messaged me in months. This guy had not talked to me for like what felt like 6 months. It seriously felt like half a year. I don't quite remember how long it actually was, but he finally messaged me back and he was like, hey, we're getting about time to doing pickup lines for that project that you're on, and then we can finally give you the money. We haven't given you any money yet because the project is still not done. And now's the time to do the pickup lines and then get money. You want money, right? And I'm just like, why is everything in the world happening on the exact week that my boyfriend's coming over? Also, even if he comes over, we may not be able to even, like, canoodle and hold hands and, like, you know, stare at a sunset or whatever. Like, fuck, this sucks so much. So, the several weeks leading up to it, I was asking my boyfriend over and over, please take a test. Please check if you have mono. If you do not have mono, please tell me. Like, every single day, please tell me. Please, please, please. I'm asking my mom, I'm like, when are you getting the surgery? Please tell me when that's happening. Please tell me it's not happening the exact week that my boyfriend's coming. Please, please, please tell me. I'm messaging the client and I'm like, can we not do it this week? Please, please, please get back to me. Holy shit. And something that I hate so much is, and I think this is something everybody experiences, is sending a message and then waiting, you know? Like sending a message to a doctor and being like, hey doc, what are the test results? Am I dying, lol? And having to just wait and wait and wait for like months, or maybe not months, but like even waiting a couple of days, even waiting like a couple of hours is agonizing because you want to know. And that's where I was at, was I was waiting for all this information to finally get back to me and just see like what it was going to result in. The good news in all of this is that it was a lot of stress, but luckily a lot of it resulted in my favor. There was no way I wasn't going to, you know, support my mom, of course. That wasn't so much the issue. It was more just like the bad luck of it happening right when my boyfriend was coming over. And the thing was, it didn't, actually. My mom had surgery much later, so the boyfriend was able to come over at the time that we planned. He got tested for mono, and it said he did not have it. Even then, he was still like, oh, I don't know, like, maybe I don't. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, get over here. Stop assuming that you have mono, goddammit. I don't care if I get it. And the client was very nice about rescheduling. Although, weirdly enough, we rescheduled to a later date, and then that date came and went, and we didn't even record then. So, I don't know. The thing with the client was, like, extra strange. But, yeah, all of this just to say that, like, February was this month where all this bad shit was happening, like, one thing after the other after the other. And I think, like, it just, like, overwhelmed me super hard. I had no idea, like, what all this was going to result in. And, you know, my mom had the surgery now, has recovered, is doing fine. You wouldn't have even thought that she had cancer. She has a 0% cancer, by the way, in case anyone was, like, maybe a little worried or thinking, like, this story had a kind of inconclusive ending. My mom had the surgery. It went by really easily. And now she's doing A-okay. She's just fine, which is great. And I love that because I really love my mom, and I would hate to, like, go through the tragedy of my dad being super old and dying and then just losing my mom. That would be so much, so fast. And I can't even imagine, like, what my reaction would be. I think, like, everything in my life would change at that point, which is intense and crazy. And that was something that I was, like, coming to grips with throughout February. So that's sort of why I wasn't streaming for a while, was I had, like, just a lot of shit come up all at once. It was bananas. And you know, tragedy strikes everyone. It's the human condition, right? But it still was, like, so much so fast, and it was so much I was not expecting to have to deal with so quickly. But it did work itself out, you know, for the most part, and I'm very, very happy that it didn't actually become a huge tragedy. My mom is tough as shit, by the way. I thought that she would be out of commission much longer than she was. But even now she's, like, waning herself off of the painkillers and is able to, like, drive a car and stuff like that. The doctors are pleased with her recovery. So everything is right as rain. Whew, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm glad that it's over. And so, yeah, so that was like slowing down a lot of stuff. In between that, I also had like projects, stuff like this. Although working on projects like this really helped take my mind off of the rougher stuff in life, which I super appreciate. That I can just have something to take my mind off of the harder stuff. Working on my comic, most of all, like the comic for me, my comic, World of Stage, working on that too was very, very fulfilling. I noticed working on stuff like this, I do enjoy working on this particular project, this one being Crystal View by Rainstorm Productions. Working on this one is also very fun because I'm given a lot of free range on what I can add to the comic and do. But working on Worlds of Stage is a lot more of a like personal project. I think to myself, like, you know, oh man, I want this to be like so successful and I want to like advertise it. I want to bring it to conventions, all this stuff. And that creativity excites me. The prospects of like what I can do for this project. Whereas this one is a lot more of a I want to put my own like creative flair and like funny art style into this project, but ultimately it's not mine. It belongs to, you know, the client that I'm working for. And so the thought behind it is a lot different. I can't go all out. I don't have full control over the story, which is fine. That's just kind of how it works. So I think about it more as a job where I'm like, okay, I'm doing this with the character. I'm doing this with like, you know, the visual storytelling, but I have to keep in mind that this is going to run through somebody else. I need to think about like, okay, well, they like it. Do I know their personality enough that I know they'll like it? Let's see. Sorry, yeah, no one was talking in chat, so I wasn't reading for a bit. We'll just say hi before I go into work. My first job closed down the restaurant where I live, so now I work at Brahms. What's Brahms? Love trying out new flavors of ice cream. Oh, it's an ice... Wait, I think I've heard of Brahms. Now that you say it's ice cream. I feel like last year was the worst year of my life. I felt like everything that could go wrong went wrong. Went wrong. Ah, boy. Yeah, no, that's the thing is that your bad luck can really catch up to you quickly, especially if you do not see it coming. Excuse me. That was me in 2016 when everything I was worried about going wrong did go wrong. I had like I had a breakup, my YouTube channel was falling apart, I was still in college and my grades were going to shit. Just everything, absolutely everything was going shitty. Luckily, at least for the YouTube thing, I eventually bounced back from that in a way. Golly gee, you know what I consistently think about though is, oh man, I want to do one of those streams where I sit down and I watch all my old videos, and you know, I still really want to do that. But gosh, I just really need to make a day to do it. Just the slightest reference of what I'm looking at. All right. Put in. Pretty sick. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot better at like the funny faces. I think for a while I was doing very I was focused on doing detailed faces and like stylized, cartoony faces that aren't funny necessarily. It was more about like making them cool looking. That was my thought for a while. It's only now that I'm actually pretty good at making funny faces. Because I think I've had enough practice now where I can reason out, like, okay, how do I make this look funny, but in a way that doesn't look horrifyingly jank? No, you know what? I think that's funnier. Drawing definitely helps. Thank fucking Lord all that shit is done. Absolutely. Let's relive some old memories. Been watching since 2013. Ooh, 2013. What was I making then? That would have been after Luigi's Mansion. That would have been after Rayman. You know what? Little Vic. What was like the starting video of my channel? Not to be, super arrogant, but I bring this up because a lot of people tended to start watching around the Rayman video. Was that also you? Were you a Rayman aficionado? Hands. I'm still drawing hands that fuck me over. Yeah. Hands are rough. I break down hands into like little segments when I feel intimidated by them. I feel like that's the most sensible approach to fingers and hands. But really what it comes down to is just a lot of practice. You want to do it enough that you've just drawn like hands from every single angle. You always have a plan for like what angle the hands are going to come from. I think also, I would say use lots and lots of references. What helped me a lot was going onto Pinterest and making Pinterest boards of hands. Like looking up tutorials. Pinterest has a lot of like drawing tutorials where they'll like break down like, here's how you draw these fingers, here's how you do this, here's how you do that. Using a 3D model, that also helps too, to get a nice reference of like a hand from a weird angle. Looking at your own hand also helps because, it's right in front of you. Getting a reference of like your eyeball at a weird angle is tough. You can use a webcam, but your hand, you don't need anything. You just look at your own hand. Luigi's Mansion. Okay, that's where my head was at. That's where I was thinking. Was like, I think that was Luigi's Mansion. That video was so damn fun to make. And I remembered thinking at the time, man, nobody's done a video talking about how awesome Luigi's Mansion is. But Luigi's Mansion is so damn awesome. So I want to do it. I make reviews. This is my time to shine. I'm making a Luigi's Mansion video. I'm really happy I did. I think that one came out great, honestly. I remember that opening gag where I'm listening to I Got Ice Hair, and then the Luigi's Mansion game like shows up, and it's playing like the opening theme. That was actually, weirdly enough, an homage to the Angry Video Game Nerd's Castlevania series. He did like a multi-parter, I think it might have been 3 parts, where he talked about all the Castlevania games that he cared to talk about. And when it got to Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, it like just cut to the game box. He didn't even bring it up. He talked about how like, oh, I'm going to play a different game. And then Simon's Quest showed up and it started playing like the theme to Simon's Quest. It was all like do 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 do, and AVGN just kept going like no, and then the music would cut. Then it'd go do 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 do, and he's like no, stop. It would cut. Do 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 do, stop, and it and it's a good bit. It's a good joke. So I wanted to do something similar, except I didn't say like stop. I thought like, okay, I should be like a little bit different. So I just kept like giving it faces and like reactions and stuff like that. Of similar caliber. I think I also threw a hat to try and like make it go away. But that was where my head was at. I was basically just like taking that joke and being like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. Oh wait, this is the wrong, oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm making an ass of myself. This is the layer, you stupid fuck. Okay. Okay, boop, boop. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're back in familiar territory. Lee's match is awesome. I remember watching that video and being like, dude, this guy's fucking funny. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I can really tell when like a video is gonna last in people's minds because while I was making it, I was thinking, oh, this is funny. Like I was in a good mood. The vibes were right. I wasn't like second guessing myself on anything. I had quite a few videos that felt like that. Some of like the videos at like the tail end of my game review career felt a little like I was second guessing myself, and that's because I was starting to like lose the vibe a bit. That I wasn't really into what I was doing anymore. And I think that kind of stuff is just reflected in your content. If you don't want to do it, then you're not going to do a good job, you know? Gosh, what else? There was, I think like most of the Rayman videos, I was like in the zone. Especially Rayman like Legends, especially Rayman 3. That one I made like a week or so after I had already uploaded the Rayman 2 review. And that's just because I was so in the zone. I beat the game. I beat Rayman 3 in like one day. I got through it so fast, and I was like, wow, all right, let's just keep this momentum going, you know? And I was like, I wrote up a script. I like drafted it a couple times, like I edited it. But after like maybe one or two edits, I was like, I think this is done. I think I'm good. I can just go. And then I recorded it. I edited it. It all like was wrapped up very quickly, and I was like, man, this whole thing is just going by so fast. I think like I've got it now pretty much. And the video came out like so quickly, and the reason it did was because I was just so in the zone. I was so like, oh man, I'm really feeling this. And I think that resonated with people. That's like one of the most popular reviews of mine. So yeah, so I think like people really notice when you're in the right head creatively. And they appreciate. But I think it's also because I was talking about a game that other people really liked, you know? People want to hear why Luigi's Mansion is like so great. And they want to hear it from someone that genuinely thinks Luigi's Mansion is fantastic, which was the whole reason I made the video. You know, that kind of passion, that's the word for it. That kind of passion resonates with people. You know, it's why you're looking this stuff up in the first place. There was a video about what is it? It's titled something like A Brief History of Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's like something like 6 hours long. And I've barely played Five Nights at Freddy's. I think I played it for the first time on stream, which was honestly like one of my more popular streams. And that video talking about like the history of Five Nights at Freddy's, I clicked it not so much because I'm like, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is so interesting. I want to know the history. I clicked it because I know nothing about it. And that guy's passion for Five Nights at Freddy's resonated so hard. I was like, this guy really had like such nostalgic memories for Five Nights at Freddy's. And even though he himself admits that the story's ridiculous and overly and overwritten and just like pure nonsense, there's a lot of like love and speculation that you can appreciate about it. which is something I appreciate. Because I remember when Five Nights at Freddy's first came out, and it was a massive success and all that stuff, and it did not attract my attention. But a lot of dudes my age were unimpressed with Five Nights at Freddy's. I remember when it came out, everybody around me, and I mean everybody around me, was like, oh, Five Nights at Freddy's? Okay. Okay. All right, whatever. Give me the real games, please. Thank you. There was a lot of arrogance around the discussion of Five Nights at Freddy's, especially because I feel like there was a lot of arrogance around MatPat, God rest his soul. Because like MatPat made a huge career out of making Five Nights at Freddy's lore and theories and stuff like that, and his theories had a direct effect on how the Five Nights at Freddy's story went. So when I think about that, and I think of it from like a historical, an anthropologic perspective, and even just a perspective as someone that, you know, also had things, also had like franchises and YouTube channels and stuff that were, oh, hi, Sir Revenant, hi. I'm on a tangent right now. I'm talking about like MatPat and Five Nights at Freddy's and shit. You know how it is. As a person that also like followed a lot of like YouTube channels and stuff and got invested in, you know, dorky stuff, I think of the craze of MatPat making theories about Five Nights at Freddy's, and then the next game being affected by MatPat's theories of Five Nights at Freddy's. I just think, God, that must have felt so like, that must have felt so cool to see like culture affecting culture. The Five Nights at Freddy's fandom being affected by a YouTuber's theories. And then I can so easily imagine all my shit-sucking friends being like, that's so stupid that MatPat affected the like storyline of Five Nights at Freddy's. And it's like, I get it. I get why that's stupid. I get why that's cheesy. I get why that's corny. But Five Nights at Freddy's is ridiculous. If you want to take it seriously, you need to only follow like the first game. But if you're really invested in the ridiculous story, then why not have MatPat like start affecting the story, changing the story? Who cares? Who cares? This is ridiculous. The whole story is already ridiculous. Oh, hi, Skylar. Hi. Like, I don't know. I feel like people had their heads up their asses a lot when they got so snooty about Five Nights at Freddy's. And I'm more with the people that grew up with it and loved it and were like super invested in the corniness of it. Because if I'm to turn my nose up and say, wow, this is stupid, wow, this is that, blah, 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 I am to betray all of the stupid YouTube like shows and franchises that I followed, like Stupid Mario Brothers and stuff. I am to betray all the ridiculous shows that I watch. And to those that like want to be so hypercritical, I genuinely wonder if they don't have a single cringy thing that they like. Because genuinely, some of the funnest things in the world are cringy. So I guess what I'm getting at here is that it was fun to like watch a MatPat video and then have him make a theory and then wonder if that's going to affect the next plot line. Or excuse me. I bet that was fun. Especially when you're young. I bet that was like really fun to just watch those two cultures converge like that. And MatPat certainly made a lot of stinkers. I mean, I never watched his show, like, ever. But I feel like people's hatred for him was a little overblown compared to, like, the actual harmful shit that some YouTubers will make, where they spread, like, false information, or they just outright actually hate people. MatPat was mostly bad just because he made, like, really dumb theories sometimes. But it was for fun. It was always for fun. Like, you shouldn't take him too seriously. And now he's dead. God rest his soul. He's not actually dead. I just started talking about, oh man, don't spread misinformation. And I've said that he's dead like 4 times. In case anyone doesn't know, he recently retired. Although I assume most of you know this, because it became like public knowledge and all that. Kingdom Hearts story is very complicated, but at least they give you definitive answers to stuff, unlike FNAF. Well, the thing about FNAF, I will say, is that half of the point of the story is that they're vague and that it's a mystery. So it's like, it seems like the story as they were writing it is... He learned... What's his face? The guy that made it. Oh, I wish I could remember his name. The guy that made it learned early on that people really love the mystery aspect of FNAF, and so he just doubled down on that. I think that's why it comes off very vague, is because he wanted it to feel vague. In fact, in that video I was talking about, he directly learned from his last game that people found all the secrets way too quickly, like really, really fast. And so in FNAF 3, I believe it was, in FNAF 3, he changed it around so that it took like years for people to track down absolutely everything, like all the secrets, and actually figure out what the story was about. And you know, honestly, that's fair. That's fair. I do recommend that video, also. It's called like a brief history of Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that. Honestly, a great watch, especially if you maybe have nostalgia for that era. That like mid-2010s, kind of early 2010s. Scott Kaufman, thank you. He's dead in your heart. Your withered heart. He's dead to me, yeah. I think, honestly, like, I definitely followed along with the crowd of people that hated MatPat, for sure. And I was like, oh, MatPat, what a stupid guy, this and that, da-da-da. It was only once my boyfriend, who grew up watching MatPat, actually showed me some MatPat videos, and I was like, this guy isn't bad. Like, people got really overzealous about him being like terrible. But you know what it is? You know what it absolutely is? It's like the Justin Bieber thing, right? Where in the early 2010s, late 2000s, Justin Bieber was like the most hated guy on the internet, and people would just like post pictures of him with like crappy Photoshop of him being like stabbed in the face and stuff, and being like, "What? Justin Bieber's so stupid, man! What a fucking gaybo!" Blah blah blah. And essentially, he's just one of a million pop stars out there, but you would get ostracized if you liked Justin Bieber. Like, you were a fucking freak if you liked Justin Bieber's music. And it was like a punchline to like Justin Bieber's music. And then you grow up, and then you look back, and you're like, what the hell was the deal? Like, at the end of the day, it was just a big joke, sure. I'm not even saying Justin Bieber makes good music. I'm just saying this is like way too much hatred to give to just some guy that made music. And God forbid anybody just like a pop star. Like, God's sakes. And that was the case with everybody. There was just so many people that the internet would just wake up one day and decide, okay, I hate this person, like, so much. I hate them to a magnificent degree, and I'm going to funnel in all these memes and like drama and stuff just for the sake of hating someone. And I'd like to say that that's stopped nowadays, but I guarantee there's still people out there that just like hunt down random folks to hate. For remarkably petty reasons, not like there's actually problematic people in the world. Like, those sorts of people certainly exist, and they get criticism, and they probably deserve it. I mean more so like the people that just get hate for really like petty, stupid reasons. And those sorts of people that get that sort of hate for petty, petty reasons, usually the people doing it are children, you know? So I suppose in some way it's not the most harmful thing. Because usually it's coming from children for childish reasons, so it's probably not going to result in something too terribly bad. It's just like, you know, playground, juvenile hate, but you know, if I had to grow up with it, I get to complain about it later in life. Y'all were stupid. I do love the mystery of FNAF, although I do feel like the story started to get to a point where I just didn't know what to do with it. That's the thing is, yeah, it got way too bloated for its britches. That video, as I was trying to internalize the story of FNAF in that video that was 6 hours long, I got to a point where I was like, I wish the series ended at 4, you know? Because at that point, I was seeing a concise story from beginning to end, and I was fine if it just, like, ended there. Even with, like, all the theories intact and stuff. If you just ended at 4, 4 was already kind of a mess, and it wasn't really all that great as a game. So if it just stopped there, I'd be fine with that. But then they just kept going. They made a thing on, like, mobile, I believe, that nobody cared about. A real Kingdom Hearts moment. And then there was some, like, event online. I might just be thinking of Kingdom Hearts again. But there was a lot of other, like, little games and nuggets and, like, little hints here and there of more FNAF lore. And then Sister Location came out, which, in my opinion, Sister Lore had a lot of cool stuff in it. And it gave a more definitive, clear answer and conclusion to the story of FNAF. I think it's really goddamn boring, though. Even as a story, because a lot of the gameplay is just people talking in rooms that are almost completely pitch black. So it's almost like I'm listening to an audio drama. And honestly, I would prefer an audio drama over Sister Location. The game is just not very engaging as a game. The first game, yes. In fact, 1, 2, 3, and 4, even if 3 and 4 are probably on the low end, they were more engaging as games because they still had the whole inventory management system going on. And Sister Location did as well, but it's like they just kept adding like new shit and I didn't care for it, and I don't know. It really lost me there. I was severely disappointed. But at least it did end. And I'll admit, I say I would rather 4 ended there. But I'm fine with how Sister Location ended. And if the video that I watched is completely accurate, then it's a more definitive ending to the story. You know, it wraps up all the loose ends and nothing else is accounted for as far as I can tell. So in that way, yeah, it's fine, but it's still boring. I don't like it. Thank you for resetting the days since someone has mentioned Phoenix Wright counter that hangs over his bed. Yeah, you can't see it. I didn't even notice. It's back to 0 again. Yay! I gotta just do a stream of Phoenix Wright someday. To be fair, in hindsight, he didn't exactly endear himself to people by his personality. I think that's where it mostly came from, is that he played a character that was like kind of a dick. And you know what? Honestly, so did a lot of people. So did all of Channel Awesome. and look where they are. A lot of them did actually grow up to be really pompous. Whoops. At least Doug seemed to like do a lot of backtracking where he like would apologize for being a dick and stuff like that. Maybe not perfectly, but he certainly is trying. And I already talked about Spoonie on the last stream, so I don't want to do it again. Basically, I like Spoonie still. Hunt down people to hate for petty reasons. That's called politics and/or Twitter. God, I'm not on Twitter anymore. God, I'm not on Twitter, and I'm gone, and I'm never coming back, and I don't fucking care what anyone tells me. Some people just want to feel right about things to big themselves up. It's true. It's true, yeah. The big reveal in FNAF was that it was all a dream, but people, including Scott, hated that idea, so he made that it was a dream, but also wasn't. My head hurts. Yeah, I also sort of like that 4 had some ambiguity to it. That video seemed to come to a more definitive conclusion than I would, but I liked that there was that there was like the pieces all laid out, and you would have to create the ending from there. I kind of like the spirit of that. Oh, it's available on Steam, and I have it. So, yeah, no, I have no excuse. It's that, like... The thing with Phoenix Wright, all right? The thing with Phoenix Wright is that, to me, I already know the story 5 times over. So, I am just so unenthusiastic about doing any kind of stream, because I'm just like, well, I know where the story's going. I know what's going to happen. I know this, I know that. And most of the point of the story is to watch it unfold. Now, there is stuff about it that I have not visited in a long time. But that is mostly like where my head is at when it comes to, why have I not done like a Phoenix Wright stream? As I'm just like, well, I know Phoenix Wright. I know it backwards and forwards. Now, to be fair, I know Phoenix Wright 1. I don't really know Trials and Tribulation. I know a little bit of Apollo Justice because I played like probably 2 or 3 hours of it. Funnily enough, I was a bigger fan of Apollo Justice because I started playing that one first before I started playing the original. So I guess, to be fair, I could pick up one of those and play through it a little bit. You know who I feel really bad for? The guy that subscribed when I started playing Persona 3. Because I have not streamed Persona 3 in a while, but I did progress a little bit in it. I feel like that guy showed up exclusively for Persona 3 content. Look, man. I was sad, alright? I had a very bad month. Oh, wait, Skylar, you weren't here for it. So basically my mom got cancer, but then she went through surgery and is okay now. But I was dealing with that throughout most of February, so that was most of the reason why I've been very inactive and gone from like most circles for a while, was I was just having to deal with that. She's fine now, like 0% detectable cancer in her, which is really, really great. But yeah, that was understandably a pretty good reason to be gone for so long.
You know what's fucked up about this shot? Let me tell you what's so fucked up about this shot. All right, listen to me, all of you. All right, put down your fucking pencils, put away your Capri Sun, throw away your Lunchables. The trash, because you need to listen. All right, this scene takes place outside. When we have a scene that's inside, we have somebody come in and they make a 3D model for the inside. They make the background. I told them, okay, if we do a shot outside though, don't worry. Don't make a 3D model. I can draw the backgrounds for every shot for the outside. This will save us money. Don't make a 3D background of the outside. I'll make the backgrounds. This was a mistake. I messed up because now I have to draw the backgrounds for every shot. Damn it. It's okay. I am regretting this. I hate that I have to draw the backgrounds now. But I also don't want to get like a 3D model in here now because it's like, it feels too late now. Like, I think it would look weird if we brought in like a 3D model at this point. Look, I did it to myself. It's okay. It's okay.
Is that still my big, when are you going to do this thing again, Phoenix Wright? It's Skylar's thing. It's what Game Genie likes to do to me. Because that was a very early part of our friendship, was him dogging me to do Phoenix Wright, a series that I'm perfectly certain Skylar does not care about, but he does care about bullying me, so... It's mostly just been a running gag between us. I did put it in my videos. You've maybe seen that here and there, me just like making jokes at myself that I'm like, oh, I never finished the Phoenix Wright thing, or oh man, what should I be doing right now? Working on Phoenix Wright. And I did that mostly as a joke against people that wanted to see me do it, because I I'd rather work on like other things. But eventually it just evolved into Skylar, my so-called friend, always bringing it up. But I mean, also on on a more pleasant note, some of the early years of my friendship with Skylar were related to Phoenix Wright. We both sat down and watched the Phoenix Wright movie, which was stupid. It was a terrible movie. It was so boring and shit. And the windows were dirty. So it's also like a little bit of like nostalgia, I think. Truthfully, I wonder how people would take it if I did a playthrough of like a Phoenix Wright game. I wonder if there would be people who have like nostalgia for those couple of videos. Because those were videos where I was in the zone as well. Except for, well... Phoenix Wright 1, I was super in the zone. Phoenix Wright 2, like episode 2, that one, I was super in the zone until we got to like the trial, and then I was like, this video's taking too long, and all of a sudden I'm like losing interest. So that one was a weird one. I mean, there was a reason it was like, I was talking about like a part 2, is I said like, oh man, I should break this up into parts so that when I have the vibe to continue, I will continue. And then I never had the vibe again. Okay, and then... I'm getting a lot better at drawing trees lately. I think I pick a lot of projects that just involve trees. It's my Pacific Northwest ass shining through. The shiniest ass of all. Oh man, if you ever get a chance to go out to the Pacific Northwest, there's some really beautiful sights. You kind of need to get out of the city, right? But once you do, there's some lovely little places. If you're ever curious, if you ever ask yourself like, oh man, what does the Pacific Northwest look like? I wonder so much. Just watch Twilight, because Twilight takes place in Forks, Washington. And it pretty much looks like how you'd expect. I think the first shot is them like crossing over a bridge and it's like pouring rain. Almost all the shots are like dark and gray. It's pretty good. Yeah, looks about accurate. Actually, it's kind of sunny out, to be fair. All right, there's my background. Hi, everyone. This is my background. Hi, guys. This is me. This is literally me, J Radgex. And this is my background. All right. That is an original shot right there. Do not steal. I just remembered something. I did a series of videos in Gmod for a convention and used a voice clip of you in one of them. What? Look who decided to show up to the fucking party. Really? Oh, that's fun. I wish I could see that video. When did I say that? Because I just quoted it, but now I'm just thinking like, what video was that where I said, look who decided to show up to the fucking party? I can almost remember what it was. It wasn't Phoenix Wright, was it? It was something else, yeah? Look who decided to show up to the fucking party. Oh, I'm so touched. Thank you. I got people at the convention who got to hear my voice and go, man, that clip would have been a lot better if someone else did it. Man, I was following this awesome Gmod, and then this guy started talking. I'm leaving now. In fact, I am refunding my badge. And also, get this, you're on my hit list now. I would love if someone like hated someone so much that they just retired from going to conventions forever. That'd be true dedication to hatred right there. Yeah, okay.
This is called the Horizon Line. You'll learn how to draw this in elementary school. And then you will ask yourself, how did I get here?
Letting the days go by, letting the days go by, water coming into the blue again. After the waters fall, once in a lifetime, waters falling underneath.
It was an update video. Oh, update video's gone. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That video, that video was, it had like a bunch of information, and it was an update video with stuff that just isn't even the case anymore. Like, I was talking about, a comic series that I'm not even doing anymore that was canceled. And also it had the N-word in it. Which people were taking, and they were not necessarily clipping, but they were referencing back to it and being like, don't work with Dreadix, he's a bad man. And I'm like, well, shit. Send you the video if you want. Be warned, it was when I was just getting the hang of editing. Other words, it sucks. I would love to watch it. I don't need to watch it on stream if you don't want that to be, you know, public knowledge. I can just, like, watch it on my own time. Can I listen to a breakcore video? Will I get copyright struck for a breakcore video? Whoa! Loud. I've been going through a lot of like Wii stuff lately. Hi Mario, hi! I recently started playing No More Heroes for the Wii. Very wacky ass game. And I gotta say, like, I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did. Like, first couple seconds of the game, he's talking like, you know, oh man, there's this babe, and I need to kill assassins to make money, and maybe I'll make out with the babe. Hell yeah, Ikaruba. And I'm like, all right, all this is kind of like trashy and stuff, and I don't know if I find it very funny nowadays, but you walk in, first person, you stab with your beam sword, and their body explodes into blood and coins. And I'm like, all right, this is great. I love this. You kidding me? I would be honored if you watched on stream. Aw. Well, send it over. Send it in the chat. I'm feeling hungry. I might need to warm something up in a bit. Got back from a walk in the park. Just chilling right now. Hell yeah. I'm making some backgrounds for a thing. Trying to catch up on some work that I couldn't do before. I've been awful busy for a little while. Love Travis Touchdown. I always recommended him as a Smash fighter back when pitching them was a thing during the Wii U era. So I'm going back to writing Pokemon stories after a long break. Hell yeah, dude. Get some. Get them Pokemon stories. Yeah, I was saying earlier how I was going through like a rough time over like February and a little bit of March. And something that really helped was my arts, my fun art times. Working on my comic for one thing. Oh, something that this is worth noting. Something that I'm trying to get back into is, or not get back into, excuse me. Something I'm trying to just get into in general, and I don't know how easy it's going to be, is like printing out my art into like actual physical pieces and then going to conventions to sell them. That is something I am attempting to do now because I've been bumping into people in my, circle who have been telling me over and over like, oh, it's really easy. You just need to, you need to shell some money out. You need to pay for like a booth at like, some convention. Some conventions have cheaper booths. Some of them are free. But yeah, you just show up with your pieces. You have some mode of paying for your pieces, and then you just set them up, and that's it. And you make money off of them. And I'm like, I do have art, and I think I'm a good artist, so I might as well. And so it's been very nerve-wracking because it is an investment. I would have to put like a decent amount of money into like printing them, organizing them, all that stuff. Driving out to wherever these conventions are, paying for the table, and then hoping I make that money back. But I might as well. I mean, I am an artist. Why not sell my art? There it is. Okay, I'll look at it in a sec. Always open for suggestions for Pokemon. Suggestions for the main character, Keats, by the way. I mentioned on Discord a while back. No, I remember Keats, yeah. Pokemon suggestions for the main character. You mean like Keats would have a new Pokemon? Or what do you mean by that? Oh, by the way, Ulvik, if you posted it in this chat, there's a chance that the link got deleted, and I'm not sure how to turn that off. So, if you still have access to the Discord, the Shed, then just post it there, so that I can just like click the link properly. Pokemon to suggest for Keats to have in the story. What's the metal Scyther? Isn't it Caesar? Yeah, he's cool. Or no, wait, I take it back. The trio, the big trio of Gaster, Haunter, and Gengar. All them. They're great. Quality two-parter Pokemon episode. I suggest them if you haven't done them yet. Caesar, yeah, okay. Really creative name, by the way. Well done, everyone.
We named our first guy who had blades on his arms Scyther because his blade arms are kind of like a scythe. Now these new ones, his hands have these like kind of clipping, scissor-ish motion. What should we call him? He's more modern, more mechanical. Scissor? No! Stupid. Caesar.
Gaster, Haunter, and Gengar. Yeah. Which section of the shed? You can put it in Talking Pit, which is at the top. There is also original content, which is usually relegated to people's, like, you know, original stuff. So, you know, either or. Talking Pit is a very, like, general chat. So if you... whatever you post in there is, like, pretty much accepted.
As long as it's not NSFW. Because we have a chat for that as well.
Not that a lot of people post in there. Wub posts in there. Wub posts their art. They're sick as hell NSFW arts. Ah, there we are. Yeah, I got it. All right, let's see here. Oh, it's not even that long. All right, everybody. Let's tune in. Going to switch over chats. Boop. Oh, hi, Wub. Were you not? Were you here the whole time and just not saying anything? And you heard the beckoning call?
Among Us.
Scyther has a new evolution called Cleavor. God damn it! Sent you a photo of Cleavor if you haven't seen it before. All right, hold on. Why did we downgrade? Why did we go like Scyther and then we go up to Caesar, which he looks like a modern version of Scyther. Then we go to Cleavor, which looks like an old, like, Stone Age version. Anyway, let's watch this. Okay. Nice and loud, like I like it.
Could have gone a little further on the top route, but
Buzzy
I guess I'm
Beetle.
You know what the world needs? What does it need, Jordan, in a bright red shirt? It needs Mario horror games. Is that a thing? It's a thing.
Look who decided to show up. What? Look who decided to show up to the f***ing party. I appreciate that my audio is the worst. I love how this bit, like here, sounded like it came from a YouTube channel.
World needs. What does it need, Jordan, in a bright red shirt?
You can kind of hear like a warble. You can kind of hear like a little bit of like a warbly, like they recorded this in an echoey room kind of thing, but it mostly sounds pretty good.
Shirt. It needs Mario horror games.
Like I hear that just fine. I didn't even think about the audio that much.
Is that a thing? It's a thing.
Look at it. And then here, there's a room echo, and there's like clipping, and decided to show up. What? Look who decided to show up to the f***ing party. God damn. I had my, the reason my audio was so shit for so long is because, I never took any tutorials on how to compress my audio. I think that would have fixed things way earlier on. But furthermore, the mic I used was a like shotgun mic attached to the camera at the top. And I thought it sounded perfectly fine because I didn't have a frame of reference of what sounded like good audio. Oh, that was Jordan underneath? Oh, I spoke to that guy a little bit. There was like a group Skype chat thing, and he was in it along with a few other YouTubers. It was a Mario horror game, though. It's called Luigi's Mansion. Could you hear me read that like one word at a time? Luigi's Mansion. You're so right, though. Oh, Cleaver is an extinct version of Caesar. Okay.
Fuck C-SPAN, this is Malkovich's gaming guilty pleasure.
Okay, to be fair, though, to my audio, I was taking inspiration from things like JonTron, and that audio is just as bad.
American Ninja Warrior. I don't think this kid knew how to spell ninja. Ultimate Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, I'm a plumber, so what? You better.
Hey, there's me. It's me right there. See, it's me. The Super Gaming Bros. God. That's a wave of nostalgia. Holy shit. Wow. I think it was your same mic when you made the reviews for Rayman 2 and 3. Let me actually check. Let me check. Because I know... I still have the video. I didn't delete it or anything. These are a bunch of... these are all the VODs for the comic. No, these are the VODs for the D&D campaign that I am currently making a comic book for. So, I have to consult those sessions in order to make the comic. It's, you know, a fun little fact. How'd that Danganronpa video do, by the way? 15,000 views. Yay! I'm so glad that these blind dub videos got as many views as my reviews. That feels very like validating, very heartwarming. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of this shit, like, you guys don't even get to see because this is all just stuff I made for my friends. This is the sad corner, which I believe I did publicly post. Yeah, I sure did. Oh, wait, there we go. Looks more normal. This is fuck you. I did not monetize it. It almost has 1,000 views. This almost has 1,000 views as well. It had a lot of comments as well. I was really surprised. This D&D animatic video, I made that just for my friends. There's a lot of shit that I just ended up making for my buddies. How'd that, yeah, the Seal Phantom Hive one. That one did really well. Where's my godforsaken stupid ass update video that sucks? This critical animated, I love this critical animated. Nobody else does. I was so happy with it. Nobody else liked it. Everyone was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Go back to making reviews, idiot. Oh yeah, that. Father in the Field. Only 2,000. Where the hell is the... Oh, is that it? Is that it? It's privated. I think that's it. No, wait, no. Show it to me. On YouTube. There we go. We're skipping past the thing at the beginning. The big bad. Some call me Johnny. Yeah. They were threading on a very thin line when they misspelled ninja. That is exactly what I was thinking as well. I was worried, like, wait, is the joke something really bad? Wasn't that video comments? Sorry, when the video is privated, the comments are gone.
and I privated the video because I didn't want anyone finding it. In this video, I say some unsavory things, and by that I mean the N-word, and a lot of people were passing it around when I was trying to get into voice acting stuff, and they were saying, do not work with Dradex, he's bad. And to be fair, it wasn't funny, and it was bad, so... But I just want to check the audio here. Oh, right, yeah, so it's like, I had this thing, this character, Mr. Rabbington, you may have remembered him. He was a porcelain rabbit that I still have to this day, and I gave him a black scent, which is unfortunate, and I had him say a bad word at the beginning, and that's great. That's really great. I will say, I did love this joke where he's just like yelling at me over and over, and I told him I'm not watching porn. And he just yells at me about like, of course you're watching porn or else you wouldn't say you're watching porn. And then I get into this. Yeah, all right, so this is...
Again, with another yearly update
God, why am I so fucking sweaty?
video thingy that I guess I just do every single year now, unofficially.
I stopped doing that because it made a lot more sense to just like put out videos when they're out.
But this time around, I'm making this update video to explain how things on my channel have been changed. Apparently it was Katie! It was Katie that had...
Ah, the audio was bad there too. I really loved this video, although I got rid of it because I just didn't really like the spirit of it. It felt very like schmarmy. It was this video was an analysis on an episode of Steven Universe that I didn't like. And to be fair, I still stand by everything I said in it, but I didn't like the precedent of me like making analyses of episodes of a show. Like it felt really weird, the whole video.
Okay. So apparently it was Katie! It was Katie that had her head on straight, and it was Lamar that slipped on the fucking banana peel. Oh, I love blaming people. I haven't paid my taxes in 27 years!
Was I 27 at this point? No, I'm 29 now. I was far from 27. Why did I even say that? I was nowhere close to 27 years old. This was so it was a different video then? It was a different video? It must have been a different update video. Oh, this? It must have been this. Is this one still this one's still public? Okay. God damn it. I keep thinking that's going to go to YouTube and it doesn't. And I'm mad. The party alarm was a different video. Yeah. Was it this one?
So,
this one's a lot
fun
better.
fact about my camera, I recorded with a SDHC memory card, or an SD card. And for me, my computer, this lovely little PC down here, it doesn't have an input for SD cards. So what I have to do, every time I record anything with this, is I have to bring the SD card all the way upstairs to my dad's computer, put all the files onto that computer, transfer them to a USB, and then bring the USB down here where I can edit it on my editing software. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you buy a fucking laptop. Boom! Now all I gotta do is just transfer it onto here, and then put it onto a USB drive, and then take it off of this and put it back onto there, and then edit. The point is, I really am just trying my hardest to never, ever talk to my father, okay? I will never do it.
So, fun fact about that little opening bit there. The day it happened, my friend Dan, who you may remember from ThoughtCan, he sent me an Amazon link with no context for one of these, which is a USB that lets you plug in SD cards and other types of storage cards, and it plugs in just like a USB. I did that whole story, and it turns out I'm just stupid. One thing I greatly appreciate about your old videos is that you're probably the first one that had Rayman reviews with all the goofy editing. Yeah. No, I think people really connected with my videos because I was very I was very like in the moment. I was not very professional about anything. And I think I didn't like that. I thought it was to my detriment. I thought like, man, I'm so shit about like making vids and stuff like that. But I think people really actually liked that. Bought myself a new battery to replace. I want to repurpose my old 2014 laptop for retro gaming. Ooh. I was so happy with this opening joke. This whole like opening bit. God, look at my old parents' house. This is such nostalgia. Should I just like close everything and do a stream where I just go through my old videos? Look at those pants. Look at that posture. Look at that Giga Chad posture. A lot of that, this may look like I have like a muscular body, but at the time I actually was remarkably fat and unhealthy. It's only now that I actually am for real in good shape. I was not before. I think it was 2015. Maybe I will save this video for a stream where I go through my old videos. 2015. Oh god, the caddy video where I drew him saying, I fuck kids, I think it was. Wait a minute, 2015, that is this. Okay, hold on.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, my man. Well, yeah, easy for you to say. I mean, you've already walked this
Can you tell that I'm balding, by the way? I can't tell at all.
world. You've already been a part of this. I'm not. I'm a baby. I'm a little fat baby. Not fat. Well, not fat. I'm a little fat baby that worked out a whole lot and got his life together. So I'm not so fat anymore. But I'm still a baby, man.
I was referencing the fact that I was actually a lot more unhealthy looking in my old videos, and it was here that I started taking care of myself. It's not this one either. What am I? That'd be neat. The YouTuber I made did similar stream a few months ago, and it was quite fun. The one where you go back through old videos, yeah.
My brother, you gotta calm. You gotta hush.
What possessed me to do Mr. Rabbington? Because it feels like it's still a bad idea. What is my boyfriend? Oh, my boyfriend's sending me pics of himself. Wow. He looks really great. I love him so much. Okay, different one then. Different one. Not even 2015 then. We're getting into 2014 now. I think you're wrong. I think you don't know what you're talking about. Oh my god, the ice bucket challenge. Oh man. Something I love about my own videos is that I told myself a long time ago, do not delete your videos unless you absolutely have to. Just unlist them or private them, because you're going to look back on it and you're going to be like, I love these. And you know what? I was right. Because I look back on them and I see like little parts of my room. Because I filmed in my room for a long time. I see my room change over the years. And I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, that I used to have that. I used to have that in my room. Oh, I moved my computer that one year. Oh man, it's so amazing to see. This is partially blocked. Why? Because it's cringe. 2014? I mean, you said it was an update video, right? I'm not even working anymore, so I might as well just, go through this. 2014. All right, this is all of 2014. Rambling Patreon? Like, maybe that was it? That would make more sense. If my audio was that shit and it was 2014, that would make a lot of sense. There were a couple live stream things that are now unlisted because they were very like situational. Rasmus Legends. Mega Man and Friends audition. Wait, hold on a second. I remember what this is. So there was a YouTuber out here, for context. There was a YouTuber. Yeah, I didn't write it, anything. What the hell? I'm just testing out YouTube's new comment setup. Nothing to see. Very cool. So there was this one YouTuber who made a bunch of Newgrounds videos that I loved. Where he would take like sprites and make little like, they sort of look like Game Boy Advanced sprites. And he'd make his own little like just funny videos out of it. And he was making a series called Mega Man and Friends, and I wanted to audition for it. I don't even remember what this sounds like.
My name is Dr. Thomas Light, and I created you.
That wasn't too bad, but it did definitely sound pretty amateurish. I mean, this is 2013, so I had a long way to go.
Whether you like it or not, you're gonna need my help.
You're gonna need my help. Yeah, well done, Hayden. I think I even remember at the time thinking, I kind of messed up that line. No, I think it's okay. I think it's fine. You know what's funny, though, is that these voices I use nowadays, but they're a little more, like, refined. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna need my help. whether you like it or not, you're gonna need my help. Yeah, it's a little more, it sounds a little more like a character, whereas this one, I don't think I could stretch myself as much.
Target is acquired.
All right,
initiating battle mode.
Engaging battle mode. Yeah. I would have gone a completely different direction with that voice. Target now acquired. Yeah, it's too hard to strain. I would have just tried a different voice.
And there you go, man. I hope it did all right. And good luck with the show, man.
Just get, I gave him a little boosty upsy at the end. It took place in my room. I mean, that's a lot of them. There wasn't any skits. Okay.
Good day, good evening, good morning.
Did I not have a beard? Because this is the one video where I don't have a beard. I make a bit of it.
Good night, complete strangers, and I shaved my beard. Shaved my beard! But on a more relatable note, and by more relatable, I mean more relatable to the fucking title of the video, I have a Patreon account up that'll be on both the YouTube channel and on my Patreon account channel thing. So really, why a Patreon account? Why would I just take this time to...
I have a better question. Why the fuck did I not know how to do contrast on my channel? This shit going on with my video right now where it's all blurred, it's because my camera was kind of crap. But you can just take the contrast and up it and adjust some of the lighting, and that's all you have to do, you know?
Go and try and set up this whole Patreon account thing. Well, really, actually, I guess that is sort of obvious if you know me. This whole show is just totally independent. Like, I bought everything. These two lights, this camera, the memory card and the camera, the cords, the wires, all that shit I bought. Half of my computer I bought, editing software, totally out of pocket. All this shit has just come from me, and I'm actually kind of lucky that I got most of this shit because everyone deals with money, and it's such a fucking hassle. That's what independent artists have to deal with all the time. And one of my greatest fears, and this is more relatable for like anyone that's been a longtime viewer, one of my greatest fears is having to give up the show, and because of that, there's been a lot of moments when I haven't made videos for a long time. And the initial reason for that, because I have actually had people ask me, what the fuck? How come like you never post a video? Or whenever I do post a video, it's like, oh, what? Look who decided to show up. What? No. Look who decided to show up to the fucking party. But the reason that a lot of...
my friend, Love, did a YouTube poop of me and used this video, and he made an edit of that where he was like, look who decided to show up to the fuck party, and then I like lick my lips. I'm like, I hate that. I hate you. I hate this. I got very serious there for like a second where I was like, man, everybody needs to deal with money. I'm so right, though. I'm so right. Why is this broken up into... Oh, they identified the songs. Atpunk is just the fucking wizard, okay? Did I write that?
The idea gets ignored. from making videos. Making videos is just a fucking art. You just have ideas come to you, you put them down on paper, but if you get distracted from that, then the idea gets ignored, and then it's just gone. So essentially the idea of the Patreon account is to try and lessen the stress that goes behind making these videos, and in turn makes it so that I can make more videos, and actually probably even in more high quality. So yes, my accessible rambling is pretty much over. The Patreon account, if you'd like to donate, that would be absolutely awesome. If you can't donate, I totally understand it. Trust me, of all people, understand why you just can't donate. But if you really can, people understand why you just can't donate. But if
Was that a black frame? This video was meant to entice people to give me money so I continue making videos. Was that a black frame that I kept in the... Ugh. Boy, oh boy. Hell yeah. Man, I never lost my my habit of just rambling. It's my fucking ADD. It just like it never went away, huh?
a really nice fan base. It's a small.
Oh, did I just say I have a really nice fan base?
Thank you for subscribing to my channel, all the new viewers, and thank you for just being there, viewers, because you guys are fucking awesome. You guys are a really nice fan base. It's a small.
I said that back then. I probably will explain it here already, but like I was saying that because I followed a lot of other YouTubers and stuff, and I saw this odd fluctuation of like, oh, some of the fans were like overly demanding, some of the fans were just very like neutral, like they're just like, I can't wait for another episode of blah 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 blah. But I remembered looking at the people that watch my videos, and they were very kind, they were very sweet, and they were like, you know, oh man, this video is like so great. Or people would message me and say like, oh man, I was watching videos, it's been really making me want to get back into writing and stuff like that. I got a lot of very, very nice messages. And to this day, sometimes I still get like emails or messages from people just saying like, I really loved your videos from like years ago. I was like a little kid when I watched them, and I'd watch them like all the time. And so I'm glad I even said that back then, because I still feel the same way now. I left in a black frame. I should fucking delete this video and unalive myself.
I can almost not say it's a fan base, but
it was a fan base. Come on.
oh, fuck it. You know, we're
Yeah, right. Like, come on. Am I just reacting to myself?
a fan base. You're my complete strangers. You know what I'm saying?
God, you remember when I called you complete strangers? No. Oh.
And you guys are awesome, and you're nice, and you're fucking cool, and then you fucking
You're
you
fucking
get real,
cool.
you know?
Man, I said I was done rambling, and then there's like a minute left of nothing. Honestly, don't know when I subscribed to you and why, but all I can say is that it's worth it. Aww. And it seems like all my favorite content creators have a Patreon now. Yeah, we'll get used to it, because that was the rest of our lives. Sorry, Dreadix, you deserve a lot more than you're currently getting, but I don't have any disposable income. Yeah, I think a few of these comments were people saying, like, I don't have money, but I will watch your channel. And I'm like, great. Does the per video thing include thought can or just reviews? I think it was just reviews, right? Only reviews, yeah. Top 10s, animations, and mini runs. They're not as frequent as the podcast, so don't worry about that. Good, enjoy my $10. Whoa! I think I even remember the trip. What? That name looks like a little familiar, but I might just be going crazy. Robin E! Robin E still watches the streams every now and then because he's cool. Robin E was donating to my Patreon for a long time. I can give away $1 per vid. Good luck with the stuff. Yeah, the per vid thing kind of stopped after like a year. Because my channel stopped after like a year. Anyway, yeah. Every time you say delete, I get flashbacks to that comically long description of an old and ugly video where you added the word delete my channel as a joke. Every time you say delete, I get flashbacks to that comically long description of an old and ugly video where you added the word delete my channel as a joke. I think it was the Rayman Legends video. Oh gosh, the way you were describing that, I was not following at all. Yeah. That stupid, ugly piece of shit video. Why don't I just delete my channel right now? I think was like the spirit of it. Yeah. It's because I really did not care for I really did not care for my Rayman Origins video. I thought it was like really messy, and I put it out too fast. The MLG flows through my veins. I never released this video. I never released this damn video. I made a Mega Man 2 video and I never released it because I'm a fucking hack. Yeah, I went through a lot of like different projects and was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm not going to do that over and over and over. I did do an Undertale video, which did not do well at all. Ah, crap. Every time I tell people, like, oh yeah, like they said, oh, you did a review channel. Did you ever do like Undertale? I bet that got a lot of views. And I'm like, yeah, I did an Undertale video. It did not get a lot of views. I made an Undertale animation, which did get a lot of views. I'm very happy with how this one came out. The reason I made this was I just beat Deltarune, and I heard this at the end. Well, I beat Deltarune Chapter 1, obviously. And I heard this at the end, and I was like, my heart beamed. It melted in my hand. Like, I was like, this is so fucking beautiful that I was like, I can make a thing out of this. I can make a thing out of this.
When the light is running low and the shadows start to grow and the places that you know seem like fantasy, there's a light inside your soul that's still shining in the cold with the truth, the promise in our hearts. Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark.
So, for context, the that little like Japanese right there is save them. It's not save me, and it's not just save. It's save them, which was meant to be like a little reference to whoever the fuck this is, because I still have no idea who it is. As a reference to this person actually helping the little soul, which is supposed to be the player if you played the game. Yeah, I really was so inspired. I wanted to do a lot of like visual storytelling with this animation, and I think it resonated with people. They liked it a lot. Still remember the running gag where you would edit in Adam West Batman. I got a thing to show you in a second, actually, now that you mentioned that. I also took inspiration from how you named your videos back then. Been trying to think of some clever names for my art stunts. Oh, wow, I just came back to your Mega Man makes me want to shit on a doorknob quote. Makes me want to shit on a doorknob. Right, hold on, one sec. Gotta show you this. I got a cardboard cutout of this guy. What was it like 2016 or 2017? I saw him at a party for less, and I was like, I wanted cardboard cutouts for a different video I was making. And I was like, I need a cutout of a different character, but I also should include Batman as a reference to like the Adam West thing.
And so I just like I had him for a joke, and then I was like, this was a relevant part of my life, you know? Like, those videos mean a lot to me, and this joke in particular means a lot to me. So I have him in my living room, literally. I have Adam West as a stand-up cardboard. I have him pinned to a wall. So, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So thank you for liking the Adam West bit, because yeah, that was actually my favorite gag to put in. I always tried to find creative ways to slip this guy in somewhere. It was based on nothing. It was like, I just wanted to put in little hidden Easter egg stuff into my video. I did this thing with Adam West, and then I just kept doing it forever. Kiss him? Of course. He's perfect. He's perfect in every way. All right, I'm going to put him back now. Ugh. These. All right. Heavens me, Dios mío. Looks like you really put your heart into this video. But yeah, no, yeah. It seems as though if I were to filter my videos by most views, I don't know, just the fucking highest. Like, what is this shit? Views 100,000. Whatever. Show me. Oh, God damn it! I don't know how this stupid thing works. You know, this was a lot easier back in the day. You would just, you would just organize it by views, and then let's go to my channel. I'm just trying to prove a point here. Most popular. There it is. God. Yeah. Some of my most popular videos are the animations, which I appreciate. The most popular review is Rayman 3, which makes sense. And then behind it is Luigi's Mansion. And then Rayman 2. And then the Ed, and Eddie review, which is nice. But what's very motivating to me is that Blind Dub was also very popular and seems to be like some of the majority of the most popular out there. And then my animations are also very popular, even though they're few and far between. So yeah. Just that's very encouraging to me. I get why my reviews were like popular for the time, but I'm glad that they're not the most important thing that I had going for myself. Anyway, yes, so back to work. Right, yeah, no, the sorting thing is, I understand, like, what they're asking me to do. I'm just, like, what I wanted to do was sort it by, like, most popular, but most viewed. And
there wasn't. It didn't appear like there was a simple way to do that, which is just annoying. Ooh, now we're getting loud. Let's see. Let's have it be like. Oh yeah, that's good. Gonna head off. Sorry for torturing you with my shitty old video. Nah, it was fine. It was fine. You take care. I hope people at that convention enjoyed the video. Yeah, I think I will wrap up this shot because it's mostly a background. And then I will call it for the stream because I am hungry. Guys, this just in. My mommy sent me socks. Sunday delivery. I'm getting socks. I bet you guys aren't getting socks. It's good that I'm getting socks because I really don't have a lot. You ever have toes that are so fucking big and shit that all your socks break? Because I do. You ever have weirdo feet where, or just like a weirdo body where you're way too big for most things, so you do not comfortably fit in a lot of clothing, unless it's like a massive trash bag or something? No? Well, your loss. I just checked the fridge out of boredom and saw ham. I'm making a feast tomorrow. Ooh. My brother recently got Employee of the Month. If you're curious, you're asking yourself, you're like, man, I wonder what Hayden's brother's job is. Well, Hayden's brother's job is an undertaker. And if you don't know what that means, it's a guy that picks up dead bodies for a company so that they can go and get embalmed or whatever. And anyway, my brother works as an undertaker, and apparently he did the best job ever last month. He was Employee of the Month, which is, you know, I'm happy for him. And so they gave him a shitload of Olive Garden as a reward. And, you know, I love that. That's pretty cute. And I would have loved to get a big thing of Olive Garden. The thing was, I guess it was too much because he gave some to mom and then my mom gave it to me. So now I have a shitload of Olive Garden because my brother was very good at picking up dead people. I believe it too. My brother is the type of person that really, really takes a job seriously. And I guess he just really enjoys being an undertaker. So I could absolutely imagine him like taking that on and just like being really, really fixated, being like, you know, I got to do the best job that I can. Which is like, hell yeah, man. You get that paper, dog. And anyways, all of that just to say that as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna eat some motherfucking Olive Garden spaghetti. Not especially gourmet. Not even like fantastic. But goddamn, I'm gonna eat the shit out of it. And you know what? It's gonna be great. Ooh, you know what is something to share? You mean like a job for carrying coffins during funerals? No. So it's like when you die, relatable, hashtag relatable, when you die, someone needs to pick up the body, right? Let's assume for a second that you die, right? Who's gonna pick up your body? Your roommate? No. Your landlord? No. Your family members? No. Because it's yucky. Yucky. When you're dead, you're yucky. You got gross shit on you. Probably a disease. Maybe the disease that kills you is on you. So it's not sanitary to pick up a dead person. So you call up the funeral home and they have people that will come and get you. They have a more official title. I just call them an undertaker because that's funny. And yeah, they hire these dudes. They show up in a van. They have gloves. They have, a stretcher. They have body bags. They have all that. And they come and they pick you up and there you go. And they got you. My brother has told me many stories of his time working as an undertaker. All stories very fascinating. All stories remarkably sad. And he talks about it like it means nothing at all. My brother will talk about like picking up a child and bringing them over, and he will not think it means anything at all. He'll be like, ah, yes, and so the day that I picked up a dead child. Definitely not a job that I would have. I would not do that. No, I would not do that. No, thank you. Yeah, it's an interesting career path, but boy howdy, does he seem to really enjoy it. Guy definitely must have seen something absolutely fucked up at some point. Yes, he saw a man who was in a car accident that was so brutal, his face was smashed in such a way with such force and brutality that he was wearing a pair of glasses and they could not get the pair of glasses off of his face. My brother once went into a room that stunk so horrifically badly that he had to run out of the room, and the cop that reported it at the time did not mention that it was a smelly room, and my brother was fucking pissed at him, and he was like, you need to write this down because we have things that we bring
to help when it's stinky. If you don't tell me that it's not stinky, then I'm not prepared. You fucking asshole. Cop doesn't care. Cop shrugs his arms. I'm good. God's sakes. Yeah, that's I mean, but that is the life, and he takes it very seriously. Does a fine job, so much so that he gets some kick-ass Olive Garden. I'm sorry, I just find it funny that he got Olive Garden. I don't know. It's like I look at a job like that and I'm like, man, that's such a like horrifying, scary job. Like I feel like I would get PTSD and long-term like emotional stress from it. And it's fine to him because he likes the job. But the reward for doing such a good job is Olive Garden. I'm just imagining someone that's a lot more distressed working a job like this, receiving Olive Garden as compensation. I just have an inkling that maybe it's not worth it. But it is to him. It is to him, honestly. He likes it. He likes it. And you know, that's great. Since I live in a country where our Olive Garden doesn't exist, the first time I heard about it, it was from a fucking... Sonic movie. Sonic movie. I love that. I love that you only heard of Olive Garden from the Sonic movie. Truly an informative film. Truly a film that has educated the public. I love how many people hate the Sonic movie. They can all suck my ass. I love it so much. Cause I'm over here like, you know, the Sonic movie, it's not great. It's not amazing. It's not spectacular. But I swear there was like way more people than I was expecting who looked at the Sonic movie as it came out and were like, this is shit. This is stupid. This is like, this is so dumb. This is so lame. Da, da, da. And I love that. Fuck those guys. Because I was strangely okay with the Sonic movie. It's not great, it's not fantastic, and I certainly wouldn't give it anything above like a C+, but I had like a lot more fun with it than I thought I would. And the sequel I thought was way, way better. It had so many things that I like. It has Sonic, I like Sonic. It had Jim Carrey, I like Jim Carrey. It had everything. All the stars are here. Alright, turn that down a bit. Apparently that's the Superman theme I decided to do. Apparently I'm doing that now. Was there an award show that I missed? Typically, I've been pretty on the ball about streaming and reacting to award shows. Oh, well, I guess there was the Oscars. I don't do that, though. I don't react to the Oscars. I probably could, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like at that point it becomes like a copyright issue where I legitimately fear that, like, I'm gonna get struck or something.
Because those fuckers that run the Oscars are so damn stingy. They're like, no, you can't stream the Oscars. Maybe I could stream my reaction and then sync it up, but I don't even know how to do that. People told you. When I saw that brand, I thought absolutely nothing of it because it was entirely, she thought it was entirely fictional. Then people told me it was an ad placement and you had a bruh moment. Bruh. Understandable bruh, quite frankly. Yeah, you know what? You're so right. Olive Garden sounds like a fake name, doesn't it? Olive Garden, where we sell spaghetti. Welcome to Olive Garden. Yeah, and you know what else sounds like a fake name? Cabbage Patch Kids. That sounds like a fake name. That sounds like the name that you would give to your fake business that actually sells cocaine. Like you're like, oh no, we're not an industry that sells cocaine. Ooh, desu, puts fingers together. We don't do that. This is called the Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, and we sell dolls with weird, scary faces on them. Ooh, desu, unless. Fucking stupid. When my brain gets too excited, it's like a little yapping dog running in a circle. I just start saying shit and I don't even realize what I'm saying until I'm done saying it. That being said, the uwu desu meme thing that I was just doing, that's actually more of a meme between me and my boyfriend. He says uwu way more than anybody else should. And for some reason, I've just started saying desu every time he says uwu. And now anytime I say uwu, he says desu. We have trained each other. Oscars are kind of ass. Olive Garden is so good. I wish Italy was real. Wait, what? That was a line in, was that a line in Sonic? I don't remember that. But that kind of sounds like a joke they would make. I wish Italy was real. You know, there is like some credence to that, because wasn't there a thing where people wished Wakanda was real? Like Wakanda from Black Panther? And there was like a little phenomenon for a while where people were like lamenting that Wakanda doesn't exist. That certainly was something, wasn't it? Man, looking at this cityscape just reminds me how My Hero Academia is shit now, and I'm sad. I was really, really invested in My Hero Academia for a long time, and yeah, it's not very good anymore, is it? According to people that are reading the manga of My Hero Academia, it's still pretty shitty. And by shitty, I mean, I guess I don't necessarily mean like really shitty, like some terrible revelations have happened. Well, okay, maybe a few, but mostly My Hero Academia has just been spinning their wheels as of late. They haven't really been doing much of substance. Okay, that's not so bad. That was a Goth Garfield quote. Oh, pardon me. I say ooh only when I want to act stupid and tease the fuck out of my non-furry friend. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my boyfriend is a furry, so he might just be thinking the same thing. We once watched some documentary video and one person mentioned just so happened to have a furry profile picture. said, "God damn it, fucking furries," in my screen again, I answered with, "Cry about it, uwu." You know what's great about uwu, though? Is that it's supposed to be a face. It's supposed to be closed eyes and like a kitty mouth. That's why it kind of circulated in the furry fandom. Is that it's like, haha, that looks like a kitty face. Wow. That's both like really usable in a million circumstances. It's also easy to do. It's not like a picture, it's just like text. And also it's like cute, but it can also be like kind of sassy. You know, there's good reason that it like passed around as much as it did. But the thing is, nobody calls it UWU. Nobody says that. They say uwu. 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 Even when they're writing it OWO, they still call it uwu. Some people would pronounce it owo, kinda, but that's not as good as uwu. So not only is it a thing you can type, it's also a thing you can say, and it's just as good. Uwu. It's great, I love it. I've always been a connoisseur of meme culture, so I appreciate the good stuff. I appreciate the good memes. God, I loved Meme Review. Do you remember Meme Review? With, what's his face? He did reviews of music. He does reviews of music, and for a little while he did meme reviews, which was like a shitpost project, so it makes sense why he doesn't do them anymore. But goddamn, I watched every single episode that came out. I was so invested. I loved it. Uwu. Hello, L. Hello. What are you doing? Friggin' twerp, you dingus. Absolute doofus in chat. Some cringeosaurus showed up in my chat and is now uwooing at me, goddamn. I'm just going to put like a couple of these in here. Actually, no. Don't even make them squares. Just make them lines. Like that. You can tell that I miss my boyfriend right now because I'm doing stuff like which is what my boyfriend does when he does literally anything. When my boyfriend wants to do something and he wants to do it like cutely, like he wants my attention or something stupid like that, then he'll literally anything. He'll be like making the bed, or he'll be like pulling something out of the fridge to cook, and he'll be like It's very effective at being cute. Animating a rat dying. Oh shit. I need to see that dying rat once you're done with it. I mean, I want to see the whole thing. Guys, please, God damn it. I just actually messed up there. Please pray for my boyfriend right now. He's doing some 3D animation for school, and it is really hard on the poor boy. Help him. He's gay and in distress. He's also very talented. I like what he's been making so far. Was there... I mentioned the Oscars earlier. Was there any kind of like horrible catastrophe like last time? Like, the only other Oscars I remembered paying attention to was from 2 years ago when Will Smith smacked the shit out of every single person in the audience and then didn't apologize for it. No. It was the whole, like, Chris Rock debacle. That was absolutely fucking wild. My favorite thing about that, I don't know if I ever talked about the Will Smith thing, like on a stream. I definitely talked about it with friends afterwards, but I think the best part about it is that, first of all, he still won an Oscar. That's pretty cool of the Oscars to do that. But also, in his acceptance speech, he started talking about how God put him on Earth to love people. That's a remarkably insane thing to say after you went on stage and assaulted someone. When you performed an act that would actually land you in jail if you were not a celebrity. An act that would absolutely be punishable by law, and legal action could have been taken if Chris Rock just decided that he was going to do that. Which he didn't, because it probably just wasn't worth it, which makes sense. But still, I love how he got an Oscar, and not only that, but he had an insane speech where he sounded crazy. That's pretty cool. I've been trying to do something. There was a video that my boyfriend sent me, and as he was showing it to me, I was falling the fuck asleep, which I feel bad about. But in that video, this guy was talking a lot about drawing, like establishing shots, perspective shots, and trying to incorporate more of a curve to your perspective. And I've been thinking about that more and more lately. In fact, actually, I say that, but I didn't even create a curve right here. Shouldn't I? If I'm really dedicated to this? No, you know what? When it's the center line, doesn't look as good. Doesn't look as good. Nah, never mind. That's probably good. Yeah, fisheye view. I mean, the thing is, it's more than just a fisheye lens, because a fisheye lens you can, it is just a lens in and of itself. More so what they're getting at is when you're looking at a faraway landscape shot, the way that you would perceive the world, the further out you go, the more of a recognizable curve you will see. And the world isn't flat. You know, that's more advanced perspective. You got like a simple 1 point, which looks fine and aesthetically pleasing on its own. No, I know, yeah. But the thing is, I want to incorporate a little more curve for the sake of dimensions. I don't want the shot to be too complicated, because it's just not worth it. But if I can add like a little bit more, you know, outward perspective, then, you know, why not? Anyway, I think that's good for a background. The shot is mostly background, so... Good. Shot complete. That looks pretty good, you know? That looks alright. That looks alright. Nice. Alright, so, finished this one. And I finished this one. Oh! I think I want to get done with... maybe two more angles. This one and that one. for today. But I'll do those later. All right, well, I think that'll be it. Also, that's how the eye works compared to photo view. Photo view the world with rules of non-curved perspective. Might start practicing backgrounds later this year. I would definitely, start practicing backgrounds when you can, when you got the time for it and all that. Because it's very fulfilling to get some of those skills on how to approach a background. This background in itself already feels like kind of detailed, and I made it in very little time. How long is the stream? Yeah, I feel like I made this in 15 minutes. And that's it's not the best background ever, but it gets the point across. So learning all of these things to the point where you can just do it without a lot of second guessing is really useful. So yeah, I recommend it. Take classes, use real life examples, whatever you want to do to learn about drawing backgrounds. Just do it. Just do it. Anyways, thank you for watching the stream, and I'm out of here. I drew some impressive backgrounds lately, but I'm talking art that's like 85% landscape. If you ever want to post those in the art dump, I would like to see them. But for now, I'm out of here. Later. Good luck with your animation. I love you. And I love all of you. Anyone that watched. Bye.